Nearpod is a teaching tool that allows you to send a PowerPoint presentation to your student's mobile device or computer. You as the teacher control the pace that they go through the presentation, and you can add interactive elements such as a poll, quiz, matching pairs, or even a drawing activity. In this course, I'll teach you how to create this presentation. My name is Sarah Whitaker, and I will be your instructor. For those of you who are not familiar with the Nearpod interface, I've set up a homework session. It's just important to understand the difference between a live session and a homework session. The homework session means that the student will control the pace of the presentation. In the live session, which you typically do in the classroom, the teacher controls the pace of the session. Now, the good thing is, even when the students are doing the homework session, everything gets recorded in Nearpod, and you as a teacher can access that report afterwards. So go ahead and start the Nearpod homework session that I've set up for you before you start watching the rest of this video. So then you have an idea of what I'm talking about and all the different interactive material that I'm discussing. Now, to start the session, I've given you the pin. You can always send these sessions out to your students through email, Twitter, Google, Facebook, or even embed the homework into a website. But easy enough, you have the pin here. Just click onto your browser, so you can do this through your browser or your iPad. Put the session in here, which is join session, and click start. If you're using your iPad, so you can see my iPad here, then you just need to type in the join session here and tap join. Very easy to do. So once you're in the session, you'll see this page here. This is the home page of the presentation. And the next page, you're going to need to put in your name. Okay, I'm just going to put in Sarah. And here the other optional is really good for your students. They can add their H00 or their student ID or any other thing, especially if you have a lot of students with the same name in the classroom. And then you just click send. It may take a minute for the Nearpod presentation to download, but once it's downloaded, you're ready to go. Now you can just click through the session. You can go frontwards or backwards. Okay, and up here you have a little menu. It will give you your name. Because I'm not logged in, it's just giving me anonymous, but my report will keep my name and all of my answers together. And here, when you're finished going through the homework, you can just click exit. So now I just want to review why you would want to use Nearpod in the classroom and what we'll be learning in the next 4 days. So Nearpod is a great tool to help you keep your students focused. You're no longer delivering a PowerPoint presentation at the front of the classroom, but directly on the student's device, so either their computer or their iPad. As well, you're adding interactive elements into the presentation, so it's no longer a one-way dialogue from the teacher to the students. The students actually get to respond back to your questions, your polls, and even your quizzes. This is a great way to keep them on task. As well, you get to keep track of the students' answers. So afterwards, you can check the report and you can review all of the students' answers as well as during the presentation. This will help you see what questions your students are having difficulty with, what you need to follow up with at the next class, which students are struggling with different concepts in the classroom. So it's a great tool to use in that way. As well, it gives your students some privacy. For example, if you have shy students in your classroom and you're asking the class some questions, for example, what is the answer to x plus x equals y? Well, the shy students are not typically the ones that are going to put their hands up, even if they do know the answer. Nearpod keeps their answers anonymous, except from you as the teacher. So they can send you, the teacher, the answers, and you can check and see if they're correct or not. If they're correct, you can share them with the rest of the class and keep them anonymous, or you can share them with the class and say, congratulations, Fatima or Miriam, you got the right answer, and give them a boost of confidence that way. As well, it's a great way to deliver various materials with one tool. You don't need them to go out of Nearpod to go to a website. You can directly deliver those PDF files in the Nearpod environment, and I'll show you how to do that in the next couple of days. Now, creating a Nearpod presentation is actually quite easy, and I'm going to split it up into 3 main components over the next 3 days. Tomorrow, we'll be adding content, so I'll show you how to add those PowerPoint or Keynote presentations, any video or audio files, and create a slideshow. On day 3, we're going to look at adding activities. So adding the polls, the quizzes, the drawing activity, the matching pairs, and the fill in the blanks. Finally, on day 4, we're going to look at how you share your presentation with your students. So we'll look at both the homework session and the live session. I'll also show you how to edit your presentation after it's been published and how to access those reports.